This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. Mitch Moss along with Paulie Howard. We are live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. What a show. What a day in sports that we have coming up. Underway already in Major League Baseball. Matt Vasgersian, MLB Network, 30 minutes. His approach to betting today's card with 4 on the slate. Wednesdays with Vito's son, Sal Palantonio, in 1 hour. Now what does he think about the Eagles? Mike Palm later on in studio. Matt Human, some best bets as well, Paulie. And we'll get to plenty of NFL throughout the next 3 hours as well. But we are now moving to the 4th inning in Detroit. Mariners can close this bad boy out today. They lead 1-0. Bryce Miller currently dealing against his Tigers team. In-play number here, Seattle, a little bit less than $2 on the money line. At DraftKings, total now just moved from 6.5, a full run down to 5.5 as Miller coasted through that third.
Mm-hmm. He needed that because he almost gave up a home run in the 2nd inning. WTP, baby. Thank God for that. But it was good. The bats came alive yesterday. They were awesome in the win, and you got to get this one here, right? You haven't advanced since 2001 to the ALCS, and you know what happens if you lose. You got to go against Skubal. So you can say, well, we've already beat them once, but you got to wrap this up.
Here's the thing, right? All hands.
This.
Paul,
Yes.
this has to be all hands on deck today.
Going for the kill.
And I think that's like the biggest compliment that you can give a guy like Skubal.
Yep.
Is that we do not want to face you again.
Mm-hmm. So
whatever we got to do to win this game today, man, we'll throw whomever we have to. And if they win it today, that place is going to be going berserk. Obviously, if the win, obviously, for the ALCS at that point. And then we have 2 other games coming up, 3 other games later on. Brewers, Cubs. Brewers can close that out. Priester's going today. Blue Jays, Yankees. Schlittler on the mound. Going to be a bullpen game for the Blue Jays.
I know. I love the Yankees tonight.
You love them?
I love them. I do.
Is that because it's you think the offense is going to be rocking and rolling, or you just you trust Schlittler? Or
yeah, I think Cam will be fine. I'm concerned about the Blue Jays pitching, what they're going to do with Varland to start, the pride of St. Paul, who got lit up last night, and then Lauer's behind him. So it's unfortunate what's happened here with the timing, that you don't have Bichette, and the big blows, you don't have Bassett.
Yeah.
And you got to go with these guys now, and you let them off the hook. You had them. It's 6-1 in the 2nd inning. They were 39-0 this year when they led by 5+ runs, and they were 74-5 in games where they scored 5+ runs. And now the Yankees are alive and well. The home team's 13-3 head-to-head this year, and Toronto's lost 7 in a row with a chance to advance. So I don't like their chances tonight, and I think the Yankees bats will again have a big day. Yankees team total over, and I just don't think it's going to go well for the pitchers that the Blue Jays are trotting out here. It's unfortunate, right? Not to be Debbie Downer, because it's a great day. But the timing of these injuries, it's one thing where, okay, Cole gets hurt, he's out for the year. But right when you're going into the playoffs, Seattle loses Wu, Toronto loses Bassett and Berrios.
Huge.
Right. What happened with Wheeler, another big blow. And there's been several injuries like that now that's happened just in the last couple of weeks.
No, but let me give you this. And it has to do with Schlittler going, and he was magical in his postseason debut against the Red Sox last week. He struck out, so many batters. It was the ladder props in that game. You could have retired.
Yeah.
But Toronto's lineup, Major League Baseball low, 17% K rate against righties. And this is such a great tweet from Buster Olney, ESPN, who said, count the foul balls tonight as an indicator of how Schlittler's outing is going against a team that has the lowest strikeout rate in the big leagues. In his first start against Toronto, the Blue Jays had 20 foul balls among 90 pitches, and he threw a strong 5 innings. In his second start against Toronto, the Jays had 24 foul balls as he threw 66 pitches over 1 2/3 before he was knocked out of the game. They make as much contact as anybody, and they don't strike out. So if he's and his K prop, by the way, when it opened last night, 5.5, heavily juiced to the under because of the team that he's facing here.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're just going to hit, if they can do that again, and they're by the 3rd inning, they have 20 foul balls or whatever it is, and they're making contact, and his pitch count goes up and the strikeouts are not there, that's how you're going to stay alive in this game.
That's a great handicap, and that's a fascinating prop tonight as well. I like Judge to have a walk, $1.70. Can't pitch to him. Here he is now. He's hitting 500. He was awesome again last night. Vlad is plus money to have a walk, too. He's gone deep through. You can't pitch to him. He's plus $1.10 in some spots. I saw to have a walk. So got to pitch around him. And I just don't think, with the Yankee team total over here, I don't think there's much that Toronto staff can do, even though they're saying all the right things and they haven't advanced since 2016. But I'm just worried about, my God, we let one get away. It was 6-1, and we blow it. And you mentioned the Cubs game as well. Look at the total, 6.5. We got the wind blowing in. Now, Tyone was great once he came off the IL, and he was solid. He went 4 innings. It was good in the Padre game in the last series. Cubs have yet to score more than 3 runs in a game in the postseason. And Priester, we know, was awesome. What a story this kid is. Grew up a Cubs fan, was at the World Series in one of the games, and won 19 in a row before he lost to the Reds in his final start. 12-0 with a 2.84 during that stretch. Did get roughed up in one outing against the Cubs, but I back Milwaukee here. Number 1 in road record, run differential, winning percentage. Haven't advanced since 2018. I think they're too good, and the offense is too good. And I think the Cubs, who are scuffling big time at the plate, especially with runners in scoring position, I think the Brewers get the broom out.
So books were taking their time to post player props last night. Like, it took a long time for K-props to come out until like the wee hours for some of the guys going today. But they did post batter props in almost all these games. And when you look at the overall history here, the batter versus pitcher history in this game, Yelich versus Tyone, 13 of 37. That's an average of 351, 2 homers, 2 doubles. Cheerio, red hot right now, playing today again, 7 of 13, 539 average, a home run, and 2 doubles. Some other guys have good numbers against him as well. I just knew that these numbers were going to move, or I thought, I didn't know. I thought that they were going to move. So I grabbed Yelich over 1.5 total bases plus 150 right away last night. And I also grabbed Cheerio over 1.5 total bases plus 110. And so they have moved a little bit. My thought is here, if I can at least split those, it'll be a winning day with those 2 guys, with the hope of they actually both get there against the guy based on kind of their history here and how good they are overall anyway. Yeah. And so those were 2 that I made. And by the way, you were talking about the walk props with Vlad and Judge. How about this angle now? Because Judge was just a killer last night, and Vlad's like the hottest guy in baseball right now. And I ran these by our buddy Will Hill, who loves finding angles like these, and he said that he approves. Aaron Judge, do you think there's an angle here where the pitchers in the first inning will do anything they can to pitch around, or maybe even like basically give him like an unintentional intentional walk?
Yes.
Vlad's first at bat, 6-1 for a walk. This is a low number on Judge, but plus 375. I don't put anything even remotely close to the strike zone for Aaron Judge to hit.
I like it. Totally agree. I'm on board. I also would rather play double than home run. Doubles plus 410. I think that's a better angle because he's getting great swings up there. And I think he can do that. I'd rather have that than these home run props, which are so low. Plus 180 in some spots. Come on.
Yeah, here's what I did in the late game based on that. Now, Kiki Hernandez against Aaron Nola. It's a short sample size. Only 11 at-bats, 4 hits, 3 home runs. I did not play a home run prop on him. I found last night, again, the hits, runs, and RBIs prop. It was 1.5 over plus 135, so I grabbed some of that bad boy.
All right.
I just hope he gets to face Nola maybe at least once, if not twice.
See, these pitching props are great. Nola, hits allowed, 2.5. Outs, 8.5. 8 ERA of 8 in the first inning this year.
How does he not go over 2.5 hits?
I know. Is that if you're going to chase, I think you play the outs under and the hits over.
Especially, well.
But I mean, you can't. They're not going to get 3 hits off the guy. What's he going 2 innings?
Are you going to pull him after like 2 just to get him out of there if he's dealing well?
Yeah,
that would be dumb.
That's bizarre, right? So his props are great. You got to go Yamamoto over. He's been so good. And then back to the Brewers. I don't know what to do with Priester's strikeouts or his outs recorded, because you can go Quintana after him, or then maybe go Miz and try to close the door. Maybe you get 4 out of Priester and then get a couple out of Quintana, go to Miz, and then the closer. Because with this funky schedule, you went game 1, off day, game 2, off day.
Right.
So you can come back with Freddie. If you lose, you got Freddie in your back. You can do that as well. So that's how I think Milwaukee can approach it. But that's with the K props and the outs recorded, and this is Some of these are interesting about how you can handicap and how long are these guys going to go, what the managers are going to do.
How about the Yurfee in the Dodgers game tonight?
Yeah.
Because
I like it.
I know Yamamoto has been on fire here, but he still has to go through Turner, Schwarber, Harper, and then that top of the Dodgers lineup against Aaron Nola.
Mm-hmm.
The Mariners, by the way, can really do some damage here. They now have the bases loaded and nobody out in the top of the fourth.
At the door. Let me look. What is it now?
Well,
They're
and this is
$5 in play.
Yeah, and the total just jumped to 7.5. By the way, here they're gonna put it this way: their odds of scoring a bunch of runs now just went way up with the base loaded and nobody out. Although I have had bets on baseball games this year where I was in this exact situation and the team came away with 0 runs or only only one run, and it's very frustrating.
Yep. You save 40% on our football season special with Follow the Money, promo code FTM. VSiN Pro access everything we do across every sport through the Super Bowl. Every best bet, every host, every guest, the betting splits, the AI-powered prop projections from the NFL, highlight value versus the books, 24/7 live video on the app, and the NBA betting guide, which is available now. Lock it in. 40% off today. Promo code FTM. Jonathan Davis with all the hockey plays up there. VSiN.com/subscribe. Get it every day. The content's incredible. VSiN.com/subscribe.
What grade did you slap on today overall as a sports day? You love to give grades for almost everything. It's got to be teetering on an A.
All elimination games, it's close. I'd like to. We're running into, now we start 49 days of football.
That, 4 games in hockey, day 2, WNBA game as well. Pretty
right
good, my man.
It's up there. It's up there.
Yep. This series would be the absolute nuts. Do you concur? Next, Follow the Money, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's college football tailgate show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the football contest show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Paulie on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it, it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
On the next A Numbers Game, it is Thursday. You know what that means, the comedy duo of Zach and Crack. Zach Cohen with his tennis plays from Wuhan and his thoughts on NFL Week number 6. Plus Crackman Bill Krackomberger, unscripted. Anything that's on his mind, no filter. All of it from Bill Krackomberger on the show today. Plus Tip Murray on college football. Jonathan Davis in studio to talk some NHL with us as well. It's A Numbers Game, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Great moments in history have begun with a question.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
And what kind of hair product does Mitch Moss use? But Follow the Money wants to know.
Do you concur? Concur with what, sir? Do you concur?
Now, we were saying right before the break, high probability of the Mariners to blow this one open, but it doesn't always go that way. Double play, run scores, foul out, end of inning. They got one run with the bases loaded, nobody out. That's an absolute killer.
Yep.
You got to walk away with at least two to three runs in that situation.
Yep. Detroit has life now.
All right, Paulie, here you go. Do you concur? The Jays are in trouble. Maybe not for today, but for the series. Do you concur?
Yes, I do. I concur. Blowing a 5-run lead. You can talk tough and say we'll be back and we're resilient and not a problem, but that's got to stick in your mind with the fact that you've struggled in New York. You're facing Holy Schlitt today. How good he was last time out. You're going with a bullpen game, and then anything can happen if it's Game 5, and then all the pressure goes on Toronto and their issues in October. So the mystique and destiny and all that stuff, that's real. I don't care what Schilling says. He was wrong. There's something about New York, and for them now the confidence they have offensively, knowing that they're going to get the bats going, and it was 6-1. So I think the Yankees are definitely live to win this series, and they win tonight.
Yeah, here's the tweet again from OptaStats. Yankees first team, Major League Baseball history, down by 5+ runs and in danger of being swept and come back to win the game. 0 for 38 all time in that spot. And now the Blue Jays are absolutely got to be feeling the pressure big time. Here's their manager, John Schneider, on resetting for Game 4.
Yeah, I mean, we had a spot in the ALCS in our hands when the series started. You know what I mean? I know it's 6-1 in the third inning, but we still have a spot like that tomorrow. You know what I mean? So these guys will be ready to go. You know, it's really comforting for me to see them do that all year. I know they're going to do it again tomorrow, and you have to kind of take out the outside noise that comes with playing here and all that kind of stuff. So I got all the confidence in the world in these guys showing up tomorrow ready to go and just doing their normal day and competing their asses off.
Yeah, but in a pinch, though, man, without the guys you talked about in the first segment, Bassett.
Yep. I know.
Barrios.
Terrible. Yeah. Bichette. Now, he's got an ERA of 8 against the Jays this year, and you mentioned how they hit him and foul and out pitches, but I just don't know what you're going to get out of Varland and Lauer here with the guys you're going to throw and then pitching chaos after that.
Agreed. Aaron Judge is going to have his Barry Bonds postseason moment. Again, maybe not this year, but it is coming. Do you concur? I'll expand.
Expand on that, yeah.
Bonds, for most of his career, was like the best regular season guy going,
yes.
Hall of Famer, along with Ken Griffey Jr., but never showed up in the postseason, and that was always the rub, and he always got dinged for that. Then eventually with San Francisco, during his prime years, broke through and he was Babe Ruth in the postseason.
Couldn't throw Sid Bream out either.
Yeah.
But he did, he was Superman at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I think I concur. The way he's hitting around and hitting 500, and then the home runs, and he's locked in. I think if the Yankees continue to win, he could put up ridiculous numbers, and it seems that those postseason struggles are behind him. And he's going to be a factor every October now.
Is he the best? Is he the best hitter since Barry Bonds? Overall, average, home runs? I've never even thought about it, to be honest. I don't really care about something like that, but he's got to be, right?
I think he's better than... Is he ahead of Ohtani because of what he did with the average?
Probably because of the average, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mariners are the best team left. Careful. Do you concur?
I kind of concur. I mean, the Dodgers are absolutely loaded.
I think you have to put the caveat if everyone's healthy.
That's what I was going to say, right?
I mean, your best pitcher is out. That's big. I mean, if you could imagine you throwing Wu today or tomorrow.
I know. Like if they could go Wu, Gilbert, Castillo, Kirby into that bullpen, and then like that order goes a Rosarina, Dumper, Julio, Suarez, Naylor, Polanco on fire right now. Like that's an awesome baseball team. I'm going to say not quite. I can't quite concur. Dodgers still got to be the best team there.
All right. That's fine.
All right. Dodgers, Brewers, NLCS would be the absolute nuts. Do you concur?
Concur. Boy, both teams are playing, and Milwaukee did it the whole season with the best record and run differential. And you're going against this juggernaut and what they have. Good luck, right? Here comes Snell, Yamamoto to start, Ohtani. Any problems, Glass now, Sasaki. Kershaw maybe if you need him. Not fair.
Well, the Brewers were, 6-0 against them this year?
Yeah. That'd be great. Not to mention the atmosphere and also some new blood. I would have no problems with Seattle or Toronto or Milwaukee playing in the World Series. I think that'd be great.
So did I. Did you see this now tomorrow if we get 2 games?
8:15 local pitch again?
They have the Dodgers game early. That would be 6:08 Eastern, 3:08 West Coast.
Shadows.
And then Milwaukee and the Cubs would be at 8:08 Central Time.
Yeah.
So, like, Dodgers fans, like the whole, you hear about the traffic all the time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Start the game at 3:08?
No kidding.
All right. A Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl rematch and third meeting in 4 years would be fun?
No.
Do you concur?
No, I do not. Well, you come up with that.
Do you hate that idea?
Who's saying that'd be fun?
I am. I wanted to see if you concur with me or not.
No way. After what happened last year, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to be Mr. Negative here.
Yeah, okay. I want to see new blood, though. I'd like to see...
You don't like the idea of these teams meeting 3 times in 4 years?
No way. I just go back to our buddy Russo. When were we in Phoenix? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm chiefed out, he said.
Oh, yeah, well...
that was 3 years ago, I'm chiefed out.
You've been saying that for a long time, too.
I mean, this is... I can't... No. Anyone but the Chiefs, I'll say. I'll go ahead with the Eagles and the whole tush-push controversy as well. But I got anyone but Kansas City. Okay. We talked about Monday. We're down to 16 left. There's never been a contest like this before. Grandissimo. $100,000 buy-in. Anything is possible now, and expect the unexpected. Do you concur?
Oh, 100%.
Who knows what's going to happen? Who's going to zag? How many people are going to take the Packers? If you're buying multiple entries, and I think there's someone who still has 2 left, if you're spending $200,000 to buy in a football contest, what are you worth? $10 million? You think you're going to chop? The ego that plays into this? I can't wait to see what happens and how this unfolds in the last month. And how long does it go? That's another thing, right? Do we get to Thanksgiving? Do you have to save teams? I mean, we saw carnage and we're down to 16.
I would think it's an extreme long shot to make it to Thanksgiving at this point, right? Because, I mean, the first month was all chalk, and then we finally had the carnage last week, and now that kicks it all the way down to 16 because we had a low field to begin with anyway. And you're exactly right. Like, you're dealing with people here who bought into a $100,000 tournament. Most of them are probably going to say, I'm not choppy. I'm in it to win this thing.
Yeah, no kidding. And then when does it even... boy, oh boy.
But how about the
when
people...
do you even bring it up?
But
what's the number where you bring it up or reach out and want to say, hey, what do you want to do here?
Certainly not yet. You might get... Well, you probably want to wait till it gets down to single digits anyway, and then I'd say handful, right?
Well, it's like what Benson and Derek Stevens talked about, too. You know, you could play the London game Sunday morning. Denver wins, and then the Packers stub their toe, and it's okay. Give me my $7 million. I'll see you.
That's another thing, right? Because we've had entries. I'm not going to say like take a rogue team, but they took a team with, not exactly a 7-point spread or higher on it. Like the Vikings were selected last week, and they won the game, and they were a 3.5-point favorite. Will we get a team like that again this week, now that we're down to 16 entries? And how many teams are going to be selected, and how many teams are going to be on Green Bay?
That was off the air, right? I made the prop with Derek, 2.5.
No, I think we kicked that around.
Was that on the air?
Yeah.
2.5 over 180? I think that's low. I think it's going to be 4. The more I think about it.
I think we're going to get at least 3 teams selected.
Yeah.
Minimum 3.
Pittsburgh's intriguing with the horrible spot with Cleveland. Someone will take the Packers off. A lot of people take the Packers.
What?
Maybe a Denver, maybe a Washington Monday night. Yep.
Yeah, if people have Denver left, right? I mean, and then that's the reason why. Maybe you want to do Denver right away so you know what the rest of the field has, or maybe you want to wait.
Play the Monday night game.
Monday night, yeah.
That's another angle. All right, good job, guys. That was fun. See, here's where I'm at. I don't think Detroit's a good team.
The Lions or the Tigers?
The Tigers.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say, what?
Look at the record when Skubal didn't pitch.
Yeah, true.
So they've lost, They've lost 8 straight home games. They haven't won at home. Actually, you could argue that yesterday was a Malinsky special, when you think about it, for how long they were on the road. But they haven't won a home game since early September. So the way Seattle's playing and how they closed, 2-0, top of the 5th, $5 in play.
Remember, they had, when we were in Omaha, like the whole narrative was kicking around. Are they the best team in baseball? They had one of the best records in the entire league, if not the best. And Skubal was putting up this remarkable, bounce back year, not bounce back, but consecutive year now for him, making a run at the Cy Young. And the team had almost everything. Yeah. But man, oh man, did they fade down the stretch.
There was great props today, by the way. Round of applause for the sports books. Caesars, DraftKings. Unbelievable props on these baseball games.
I saw what you sent over.
Who will hit the longest home run tonight? Ohtani's the favorite, then Schwarber.
What do you think of Cheerio, 28-1?
Yeah, I don't mind the Brewers. Most runs, 13-1. There's 4 games.
Yeah.
So what? The wind's blowing in. They can hit. Every team to hit a home run is plus 850. Well, a team hits 6 home runs in a game, plus 450. Excuse me, that's 6 home runs in a game combined. 5 home runs from a team is 16-1. And then you've got most runs, most strikeouts, highest scoring game. Will every game have at least 7 runs? They did a good job with the creativity.
Matt Vasgersian next. He told us you can't get to the window fast enough to bet on this. He'll explain next.
Got a good thing coming. Just wait and see. It's a good.
The NBA betting season is tipping off, and VSiN's got you covered with our brand new NBA betting guide. We've packed it with key insights and betting trends, previews of all 30 teams, and of course, our experts' season-long best bets. It's the playbook you want in your hands before the first tip. The guide is exclusive for VSiN Pro members, so don't miss out. Sign up today at VSiN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Awesome day in sports. Thanks for watching YouTube TV, listening Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country as well. We head out to the Progressive Guest Line as a longtime friend of the show, the great Matt Vasgersian, joins the program. MLB Network. Matt, thanks for the time as always, pal. How are you?
I'm great. I love when there are 4 elimination games on the same day of the schedule. I mean, it's a day to be on the couch and open the bag of chips, maybe multiple bags of chips, and not do anything but watch baseball.
This is an incredible day, no question. And can we please have the Mariners hang on now? They lead 3-0, top of 5, nobody out. And they have Julio Rodriguez at the plate. Cal Raleigh's on first. We don't want to watch this Tigers team anymore beyond today, do we?
I guess not. I mean, they lost 15 out of 21 down the stretch. They are setting futility records for strikeouts in the postseason. And nobody should be surprised because this is kind of who they've been for quite a while. There was a time, seems like a different year, when they were the consensus best team in the American League. Nobody has said that for the last 2 months. They were lucky to get past Cleveland in the minds of some people. And I think soup to nuts, Seattle's just the better team, regardless of how you slice it. Bullpen, starters. I mean, when they beat Skubal, by the way, for a third time this year, that had to be demoralizing for the Tigers. Their best chance, they stole game 1. Then you're lined up with Skubal game 2. You're going back home up 2-0, and you're live. But it's completely flipped. And now I think of all these elimination scenarios, the 4 elimination games today, my sense is that 2 of them are going to be over with today. One of them continues. And the other one, Cubs-Brewers, I have zero feel for and wouldn't be surprised by any outcome tonight.
Interesting. How would you play it if you're Milwaukee? Does Priester go try to get 5 out of him, go to Quintana and or Miz? Because with those 2 off days, you could come back with Freddie. How are you going to play this if you're Milwaukee?
Yeah, Paulie, the 2 off days are such an important thing here. And I think the Brewers, you could make a case the Cubs benefit from it as well because their starting pitching's not what it would have been if they'd had Holton, if they'd had guys ready to go and not hurt. If they have to bring, say, a Suzuki back for another start in this series, it's not necessarily great news for the Cubs. So the answer to your question is I think Priester goes as long as he stays out of trouble. And if it's deep enough into the game to use your primary relievers, as you would in a normal circumstance, then good. If for whatever reason Priester goes short, and I don't anticipate that, you do have Quintana, you do have Miz, you've got plenty of options. So up 2-0, obviously the Brewers have an advantage. They have not been afraid of Wrigley Field all year long. Nobody gives them any respect because they don't slug and they don't have household names, but here they are on the verge of potentially eliminating a team with a much higher payroll and a lot of sexier names.
All right, so you have a lot of confidence, though, in the Yankees tonight. You just don't see how Varland, Lauer, and whoever is going to be able to shut down this Yankees lineup.
Yeah, so Varland, we were shocked last night. We're doing our little post-game show at MLB Network, and we hear that Varland's going to be the opener today. And I know they've had success doing that in very small stages, but Louis Varland's got to face Aaron Judge in the first inning.
Yeah.
Unless the plan is just 4 wide ones and put him at first base. 6 at-bats, 3 homers, including a one that you can't even describe yesterday. I mean, a pitch a 1.5 feet in at 100 miles an hour has never been hit for a home run in the StatCast era. Never. And everybody I spoke to last night and today say there's only one living human that would have been able to do that, and that's the guy that did it last night. I even said on the air, hey, guys, I don't know what we're going to see in Game 4, but I know what we're not going to see. We're not going to see Louis Varland against Aaron Judge again. Well, here we are with Louis Varland as an opener. So even if that works for Toronto, then you're going to go bulk innings with Eric Lauer, who's gone 5 in 5 of his last 7, he's gone less than 2 innings. So maybe you get through the lineup one time with Lauer, and then you're going to match up the rest of the way. Good luck, because that means 7 guys have to be perfect to slow down a Yankee lineup that has all the momentum right now. And I've been watching that team total for the Yankees, which opened at 4.5. The juice has moved a little bit back and forth. I'm surprised it hasn't been bet up. I guess people aren't convinced on what they saw yesterday. But 4.5 for a team that slugs like that feels too easy for the Yankees to hit their team over today.
Yeah, you texted us last night, and you said you can't get to the window fast enough to bet that. I think I laid 2 cents or 4 cents of juice on that earlier today on 4.5 with the Yankees. Well, here, what do you think of this angle? The first at-bat, they don't want to have – I totally agree. How do you put anything even remotely close to the plate for Judge to hit? And by the way, the same thing probably for Vlad because he's the hottest guy in baseball right now. Vlad's first at-bat to walk is 6-1. Aaron Judge plus 375.
Wow, those are I don't know where you shop to find numbers as detailed as that, but I love both of those, especially the Judge to walk. I just don't understand how Varland versus Judge is going to yield anything positive for Toronto other than the intentional walk. That sounds like a pretty good play.
Yeah. That's detailed, right? It's like giving out Trout home run first at bat, first inning, right? Yeah, that's excellent.
That's right. When he hits one 408 to the wall.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm with you. I'm confident the Dodgers put it on the Phillies. Yamamoto's been so good, and then you throw a Nola out there. How you want to attack this with matchups, player props, and if you want a Yurfie here with Nola, have an ERA of 8 in the first inning.
Well, let me give you some Yamamoto numbers first as it matches up specific to the Phillies lineup. The Phillies in the postseason, and we're not talking about a huge assortment of games here, 2 games. They're 6 for 38 with a slug under 300 and a 52% whiff against non-fastballs. And you categorize Yamamoto's splitter as a non-fastball, and it was one of the best pitches in the sport this year. I mean, the numbers on it are ridiculous. When he faced the Phillies in April, they took 9 swings at his splitter and whiffed on 5 of them. So the matchup feels lopsided from a starting pitching matchup. Add to that Nola's trouble, and a lot of Philly supporters are saying, yeah, but Aaron Nola back on September 26th was great. He went into the 7th inning, struck out 9. That was against the Twins. The moribund Twins, who were a AAA team in September. So I'm not counting that for anything real relevant. He has struggled this year with his 2-seamer and his 4-seamer. His fastballs have been hit really hard. So if you look at the Dodgers, and by the way, by right-handed hitters, it's a opposite split thing. If you look at right-handed hitting Dodgers who were particularly good against those 2 pitches, the 2 fastball varieties, in September and October, right, when it counts, the sample size we care about, it's Teoscar and it's Mookie. 360 batting average, and each of them slugging over 900 against those 2 pitches in September. Aaron Nola has those 2 pitches and a curveball, essentially, and his knuckle curve is the great neutralizer. But even when you add that into the mix, the math keeps coming up with Teoscar and Mookie to have a decent night tonight. Again, that's a team total of 4.5. With a Philly starter that's got an ERA of 8 in the first inning, 8. So your Yurfie idea, pretty good. And even on the other side, because, you know, if you're going to get to Yamamoto, it's usually early, and the Phillies' top of their lineup, as cold as they've been in the first 2 games of the series, that's their best chance to do anything with Schwarber and Harper and Turner.
My God, your numbers are so good. So the Yurfie, the best I can find is plus 110, but if you just want to attack it, by trusting what you pointed out there with Nola going against those guys at the top for the Dodgers to score a run in the first inning is plus 220.
I mean, you know, look at the math there. Guy's got an ERA of 8 in the first inning. So at plus 220, that feels like a pretty nice reward there. Again, Yurfies and Nerfies, I'm not really big on those because there's so much volatility there. But in this case, maybe it makes a little sense for some pizza money, as you guys are fond of saying. I also, again, I like Teoscar and Mookie you usually find those guys at total base props at 1.5, and I think that's pretty reasonable for both of those guys tonight.
Yeah, it's comical to look at Nola's numbers in this game. Hits allowed 2.5, juiced now heavily to the over, but also the outs 8.5.
8.5 outs. They're saying he's not even going to get through the lineup one time.
Yeah,
you're betting that. I mean, I get it because Ranger Suarez is sitting there ready to go for the rest of the way if need be, and they've had a hard time the last month getting the ball to Duran in the 9th inning. And that, getting back to the Yankees and Blue Jays, that was a part of yesterday's calculus when people, that over-under opened at 7.5, believe it or not, yesterday. and ended. I mean, that was just a rocking chair over from the fourth inning on. We forgot, because the Yankees bullpen has had so much criticism upon it, and rightly so. We forgot that the Blue Jays bullpen's not exactly locked down either.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you put those two bullpens together. Home team in this season series, Yankees Blue Jays, has won 13 out of the 16 games. I can't guarantee that the Yankees are going to win tonight. Nobody can. I just think there's going to be runs once again, as there were last night.
Matt, you're the best.
Yes.
Dynamite info as always. Thanks. Enjoy the games today, okay?
See you guys.
There you go.
Thank you.
Matt Vasgersian, MLB Network. Nobody's better on the Progressive Guest Line. Paul's going to recap a lot of the big bets that came in yesterday on Win Some, Lose Some here on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Check out Stormy and JVT on Money Moves, only on VSiN.
And maybe that's why they wouldn't, because they're the Giants and they don't do things that make sense.
Out of all these divisions, this is the one that I am the most curious about, because I do think there are positive signs for the Bears.
They'll take you on a fun, fast-paced journey, weaving in everything you need to know to make an educated bet, while also not shying away from the excitement of a same-game parlay sweat. Money Moves, weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Home run derby last night. Crawford, your big boy, at 13-1, and the Mariners win. Suarez also was on an 0-for-23 drought. He goes deep, plus 425, and I'm sure there were plenty of parlays out there with Big Dumper and Judge to go deep.
Yep.
Raleigh plus 240, Judge as high as plus 220. Some spots were plus 180. Chisholm plus 475. Guerrero does it again, plus 450. Yankees 150 up to 175. Hockey, Penguins 2-1. Reverse puck line was nice. Penguins by shutout. Sure, that was a huge one. Lizotte, anytime goal, 11-1 for the Penguins. Good call from Jonathan Davis on the show. Nazar to score, plus 280, 22-1 with the first goal. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos? Oh, boy.
Oh, here come the Tigers.
This is great. The French Bulldog wants a foot rub, and every time the human stops, he's got his little button he can hit. She stops rubbing his feet, comes over. Foot, hits it again. Foot rub, don't stop. How smart is this guy? He's got that just to hit the button. Incredible. That is awesome. And another one, send that to me, Luke. I'll put that up at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Thanks to everyone who sends them up. So this happened twice in a week. And I think it was the second house that the dog got into. He got outside, snuck out of the backyard, over the fence, and where is he? Can't find him. Go over the neighbor's yard. Can you see Peekaboo? As we zoom in?
No, I'm too fixated on the backyard and the lake. Oh, my God.
Nice setup. He's right there in the middle. He's in the pool just hanging out.
Like a beach entry the way it looks?
Yeah, right. Just hanging out. Like what? What's the problem? I wanted to hang out and relax and take a swim. It happens on a regular basis. He snuck out and walked over to the neighbor's house.
Oh, what a backyard. Good Lord.
Good job. Good job by the dog. And the bad beat, Blue Jays first 5, 6-1 in the second inning. Couldn't cash. Tough one. Before the line moves, Sharp Plays already there. They don't just follow the market, they help move it. AI Selections up 50 units. The Robin Hood plays for free are on fire. It's donated $22,000 to charity since 2023. Power with advanced AI plugged into trusted insider sources. Sharp Plays delivers the edge serious bettors use every day. Free reports, alerts, market-moving insights straight to your inbox or X-feed. Jeff and the crew been at it since 2011. Documented results, public logs, transparent receipts. Look for the Mr. Poison tweets as well, especially on NFL Sunday. Sharp Plays, trusted by pros, watched by the books. Visit sharpplays.com. Stay ahead of the line.
That Tigers 2 across your bottom of the fifth, only one out runner on second now, and the Mariners had to go to the pen. The 9-hitter for the Tigers up right now, Baez, then back to the top of the order. Right now, always shop around. DraftKings, they have the Tigers at plus 124, total 8.5. FanDuel has Detroit plus 146. So, double your money there, basically, on the Tigers if you want to get them at FanDuel.
This escalated quickly. It's too bad. Gilbert was cruising. Oh, no.
Is that fair or foul?
Oh, no. Baez, foul.
Foul. Oh, boy.
So how about this beat? How about the total in the side here? 3-0 in the fifth. Maron. God, he was cruising.
Got to put him away, man.
I know. Bases
you
loaded,
do not
nobody out.
want to face Skubal in Game 5.
Yeah. What were they, $6? How high did they get? $6?
Yeah.
Yeah, $6. And now the wheels have come off. You're right. You don't want to go see Skubal.
Well, what do you think? Is there a bet to be made right now? The total's 8.5.
I take the Tigers. I don't trust these guys getting to Munoz either. Marsh, other cast of characters they have. And, you woke up the Tigers too now as well.
Sure.
Damn,
here's the thing, right? Like, the number was much higher not that long ago, but now we have more information in the game because the Tigers were basically doing nothing, and now here you go. They've exploded here in this inning right now. And, again, the Mariners are going to look back potentially here. There's a base hit. We should have a tie game. Yeah, and you can't even get the plus money anymore now.
Yeah.
They're probably favored in play. Yeah, they are. $1.38 at FanDuel.
Son of a gun.
And $1.58 at DraftKings to win the game. The Mariners not getting, they only got one. Bases loaded, nobody out. You cannot botch that. And they did.
Yep.
That is massive. You know what? If you can find it right now, how about the Tigers to win the series?
DK should have that.
If that's posted anywhere.
DK should have that. Let me grab it.
Got to win this game, obviously, but if they do, there might be a decent number out there where you're going to get Skubal, and he'll be favored in Game 5.
And they took it down for the time being, but they usually keep that up and update it throughout.
Well, you never know. People that have, locals or whatever else,
right.
They could be firing away. Or maybe you can find it at some of these exchanges that have become so popular now across the country. They probably have it posted the entire time. Out in Nevada, good luck. But other than that, you might have a chance to get down.
Okay, so Matt didn't have an opinion. He expects anything coming up with the Cubs game in 10 minutes. What do you think? Priester 6-1 on the road. Incredible numbers that he had. Tyone was good since he came back. Was solid against the Padres. Only went 4 innings. Cubs are scuffling at the plate. Bad with runners in scoring position. Does this wind blowing and low total? Does this continue for Milwaukee with the bats and get the win?
I looked at. I studied the Priester K prop because it's only 3.5, and I thought, well, that seems very manageable. But then you look, and the Cubs don't exactly strike out a zillion times per game, and he's had some good games this entire year where he struck out like double digits, but he's also had a bunch of games that are like right around this number. So, what about Priester to record a win in this game?
That's a big price.
Because he's gonna, first of all, he's gonna have to go 5.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
tough.
What's the leeway look like? What's the runway look like for him in this game? If he's cruising, no reason to pull him. But in a tight game here where you can finish off this team, do you yank him at like the first sign of trouble where the Cubs can either take the lead or it's not looking great for the Brewers, etc.?
Yeah. That is almost 4-1. That is plus 380.
Wow.
Schlittler's plus 280. Yamamoto's plus 120.
Is he the guy that you'd like to bet tonight, Yamamoto?
I like the last 2. I really like Cam a lot as well. Not that he's going to even come close to what he did last time, but I think he'll go 5 solid, maybe give up a run or 2, but it's all about the Yankees' bats. And I agree with Vasgersian, also the over. Yankees team total, game over, all of it.
Yeah, I looked during the break. I bet him over 4.5 minus 104 in that game for the team total.
Yeah.
Great sign last night.
Yep.
Stanton almost hit one too, by the way.
I just think, and then they're going to have Suarez ready at the first sign of trouble. But would they take him out in the second inning? 8.5 is outs prop, 2.5 hits allowed.
Can we ask the question, why is Nola going here?
Yeah, I would have thrown Suarez.
So would I. Now watch Nola come out and just throw a complete gem tonight. Keep the Phillies alive in the series.
Oh, no.
Like 6 innings, 9 Ks, 2 hits.
Man.
Dodgers do absolutely nothing against them.
Yeah, all right, ladder. Let me look. What is he for most strikeouts?
Expect the unexpected, man.
Yeah, I got to look at that.
That's definitely for the NFL. For baseball in the playoffs.
He's 20-1 most strikeouts.
That should be a ground out. Oh, boy. He took Naylor's head off there trying to get to first base. So now the Tigers will have a runner on third. Updated total now is 9.5. Halfway through this game, it's 3 apiece.
Yep. Yamamoto's $1.80. Cam's 3-1. Miller was 10. Priester's 15. Nola 20. Tyone 30. Varland 65. Good luck. That's a lottery ticket.
Do you look beyond anybody at the very top?
No.
It's going to have to be a Christmas miracle for one of those guys, I think, at the bottom to like. Can Tyone do it? I liked him in the last start because of the field that he was against that day. Didn't win, but I don't think I can justify that today.
Bryce Harper, 30-1, longest home run. Can he snap out of it?
What's Schwarber? He's got to be like 5-1.
He's plus 550, the third choice.
Well, if you're going to have
There's
fun...
Stanton. I missed him. Stanton's 6. Yeah, I didn't see him the first time.
If you're going to have fun betting like that stuff, right? Little pizza money, whatever, don't you have to bet the player to also just hit a home run anytime? All right, there's an intentional walk to the Tigers now. And that's to face, what are we looking at here, Carpenter? With 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on third. The corners here for Detroit. What a swing in this inning, man.
Brutal.
Could have changed a lot of things here.
Brutal. And a bad beat. Can't even cash your first 5.
First 5 money line, half
how
a
can
run.
you hang on? All right, they got out of it.
They got out of it there.
All right.
But the damage has been done.
God, it's never easy. You got to go over 8.5, I think. Come on.
Well, then you have the possibility of
left?
like, yeah, you got
4-4. 4-4 gets there. Got to go over 8.5.
4-4 absolutely gets there, and I mean, hello, even if it's 3-3 going to extras, you gonna hate that then?
Yeah. I don't see that.
Drama in the first game. What if today's like this throughout? Then it's even going to be better than advertised, man. I give today a solid A.
Yep.
No,
I'm with you. It's great. And we got, if there's a extra innings or a rain delay or something too, you could have 3 games at the same time.
Sal Paolantonio on the program coming up next. Quick turnaround for the champs after losing their first game last week to Denver. Now what does he make here against the Giants on the road tomorrow night? We'll ask him coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.